While today the focus is on budget, I just want to remind everyone just a few days away from Black History Month, and Rosa Parks once said something that resonates for me today that I wanted to share with you all, and that is each person must live their life as a model for others. And so I appreciate you taking time out your day to being here as shining examples for your peers, the other 52,000 plus students across DC public schools. There are three reasons that we're here today, and I just want to highlight a couple of those to be sure that you know what our focus today is. The first is on explaining how the DCPS budget prioritizes resources to address the unique needs of your schools and also the district. And so gaining your feedback from you as students, as stakeholders, allows us to address your needs. And it also allows us to examine some of our priorities and also our enrollment projections. We will also share a timeline for the budget development process. Want to ensure that you understand the process from start to finish. It actually started in November with our public hearing, and then there's a hearing with the DC Council and government later. And so it's a process that takes some time, but want to be sure that you are familiar with that process. And then my most favorite part I'm excited for is hearing your feedback about the budget. As Chancellor DC Public School, my job involves a lot of different moving parts with approving the budget that goes to the mayor proposing a budget to the DC Council. But my ability to visit schools and connect with you is something that I enjoy deeply. But important part of my job is ensure that you have the resources you need to be successful. And that's what we'll focus our time on today. And I appreciate you being here today and empowering me to live up to my ability to serve you because I want to know what you need and what's important to you. Before we get started with that, we're going to do a get to know who's in this virtual room today because I want to be sure that you know who's in the room and I know who's in the room. So Ms. Hagan is going to call out our participating schools, and each of you will say your name, your grade, and what your favorite class is. So again, name, grade, and favorite class. And at the end, the DCPS staff that is here will also introduce themselves as well. So I'll let Ms. Hagan take it from here to get started with our introductions.
Thank you, Chancellor. Hi, everyone. We are very excited to have you here with us today. I'll introduce myself before we call on you. I'm Sophie Hagan. I'm the Manager of Family and Community Engagement. So let's begin introductions with our River Terrace students. And my colleague Elise will assist with interpretation. And after that, we'll call schools in alphabetical order. So if we could start with Catherine Valle. Catherine, ¿estás aquí?
Sí, aquí estoy.
Okay.
Yep, I'm here.
Mi nombre es Catherine Valle.
My name is Catherine Valle.
Y estoy en clase de hospitality.
And I'm studying hospitality.
Y mi clase favorita es matemática.
And my favorite class is math.
And qué grado, Catherine?
Workforce Management.
¿Estás en grado como 11, 12, 10, grado 9?
No sé.
I'm not sure which grade.
Gracias.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Next from River Terrace, we have Alexander.
What am I supposed to say?
Just your name. Who are you?
Well, my real name is Alexander, but the staffs here at River Terrace call me by Sasha since since that's my nickname, and I mostly like to be called by Sasha. But usually when I'm like on meetings, people call me by Alexander sometimes. I'm in horticulture class. I'm in the horticulture class, like learning how to like work out in the garden and stuff. And and my favorite class is PE, physical education.
Thank you so much, Sasha.
Hi, I'm Dave Knight. I'm the Director of Specialized Instruction here at River Terrace. Both Sasha and Catherine are level C6 students in our post-secondary workforce development center programs.
Thank you so much. All right. We're going to go down alphabetical order now. So can I have my Blue Stay students? We'll start, we're actually just one student, Santek. I don't know if I'm Santique.
Yeah. Hello. My name is Santique Smith. My grade is 10th, and my favorite class is Algebra 2.
Thank you for sharing. We're going to do Bard. Is Derek there or Ania?
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Zayden Williams. I'm in the 9th grade, and my favorite class is Algebra 1.
Thank you. Is our second student from Bard present? Derek?
No, there's not a second student.
Okay.
They had another obligation come up, so they weren't able to make it up.
No worries. Thanks so much.
Welcome.
Okay, Banneker. Is Brenda here? What about Javion? Okay, we'll see if we can get to you later. Brookland?
Yes, we're here.
All right, go ahead.
My name is Ryan Williamson Joy. I'm in the 8th grade. My favorite class is Algebra 1.
Hello.
Hi, hello.
Sorry for interrupting. Javion's here with me. We're representing Benjamin Banneker Academic High School. I'll let him introduce himself and then I'll go next.
Hello.
I think Rose maybe.
Is
I think your video.
And my name is Brenda. I'm a 12th grader.
Javion, I think I'm sorry, we missed your introduction. I think your video or your audio froze. Do you mind redoing that real quick?
My name is Javion. I'm in the 10th grade, and my favorite class is history.
Thank you.
And myself, I'm Brenda. I'm in the 12th grade, and my favorite class is DC history.
Thank you so much, Brenda. Okay, Brookland. Sorry, go ahead, Dr. McCullough.
My name is Ryan Williamson Jr. I'm in the 8th grade. My favorite class is Algebra 1.
Thank you. Do we have another student from Brookland present?
So she's absent today.
Okay, no worries. Okay, Brown Education Campus. What about Capitol Hill Montessori at Logan?
My name is Zoe Townsend. I'm in 6th grade, and my favorite class is physical education.
Hello, my name is Manin Samuel. I'm in 8th grade, and my favorite class is math.
Thank you. Cardozo?
My name is Mia. I'm a sophomore, and my favorite class is English.
Thank you.
My name is Ariel, and I'm in 10th grade, and my favorite class is arts.
Thank you, Ariel. Columbia Heights Education Campus?
Hi, my name is Amaya. I'm a senior and my favorite class is AP Art and Design.
Hi, my name is Chinyeri. I'm a senior and my favorite class is AP Government.
Thank you. Thank you. Coolidge High School?
Hi, my name is Jay Stanback, and I'm in the 12th grade, and my favorite class is AP Research.
My name is Keon Palmer. I'm in the 10th grade, and my favorite class is Mass Media.
Hi, my name is Tanya Samaron. I'm in the 12th grade, and my favorite class is Probability and Statistics.
Thank you so much. Deal Middle School?
Hello, my name's Ava Chambers. I'm in the 8th grade, and my favorite class is U.S. History.
Thank you, Ava. I think we only had one student for Deal, so we'll move on to Duke Ellington.
Go ahead. Hi, my name is Zaya Mosey. I'm a senior, and my favorite class is Production Management. Hi, my name is Sylvie Rach. I'm a junior, and my favorite class is Vocal Technique.
Thank you. Dunbar High School?
Hello, everyone. My name is Shauna Boone. I am a sophomore / junior, and I believe my favorite class would either be AP Seminar or Chemistry.
And hello, my name is Miss Carter. I am a faculty member here at Dunbar High School. Thanks for having us.
Thank you both for joining. Eastern High School? I think I had seen Malia in the chat. And yes, I see someone coming off mute. Go ahead.
Oh, hello, my name is Zaire Wilson. I'm in 12th grade, attend Eastern Senior High School, and my favorite class will have to be IB.
Thank you. Is Malia there with you?
Hello, my name is Malia. I am in grade 10. My favorite class is chemistry.
Thank you both. Excel Academy?
Hi, my name is Lily. I'm in 8th grade, and my favorite class is Social Studies.
My name is Aiden. I'm in 7th grade, and my favorite class is ELA.
Thank you. Hardy Middle School?
Hi, I'm Elliot, and my favorite class. My name is Elliot. I'm in 7th grade, and my favorite class is algebra.
Hello, my name is Amal Kinda, and I'm in 7th grade, and my favorite class is U.S. History.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hart Middle School?
Hi, my name is Brielle. I'm in the 7th grade, and my favorite class is Life Science.
Hi, my name is Michaela Davis. I am also in the 7th grade, and my favorite class is science.
Thank you. Ida B. Wells Middle School?
My name is Solomon Lyons, and my favorite class is Algebra 1. And I'm in the 8th grade.
My name is Trent Wei. I'm in 8th grade, and my favorite class is Algebra 1.
Thank you so much. Jackson Reed High School.
Hi, my name is Landon Green. I'm in the 11th grade, and my favorite class is AV Production.
Hello, my name is Maria Paz Orseca. I am a 12th grader, and my favorite class is accounting.
Thank you both. Jefferson Academy Middle School.
Hi, my name's Amanda Williams. My grade is 7, and my favorite subject is math.
Hi, my name is Marley Johnson. I'm in the 8th grade, and my favorite subject is Algebra 1.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sharon Fitzgerald. I'm the Connected Schools Manager supporting our students today.
Nice to see you. Thank you so much. John Francis Education Campus.
Hello, my name is Daniel Ventura, and I'm in the 7th grade, and my favorite subject is math.
My name is Miles. I'm in 8th grade, and my favorite class is math.
Thank you. Luke Seymour Opportunity Academy.
Hey, how you doing? My name's I'm in the 12th. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in the 12th grade, and my favorite class is science.
Thank you. Any other students from Luke Seymour, or is it just you?
On his way. Derwin is in class, but he is on his way.
Okay, we'll come back to Darren. MacArthur High School.
Hello, my name is Kaylin Wilson. I'm in the 9th grade, and my favorite class is Spanish.
Yeah, my name is Charlie Slack. I'm a sophomore, and my favorite class is English.
Thank you. McFarland Middle School.
My name is Nicole. I'm in 8th grade, and my favorite class is Algebra 1.
Hi, my name is Jenny, and I'm in the 7th grade, and my favorite class is ELA.
Thank you. McKinley Middle School.
My name is Elwad Hersey. I'm in the 7th grade, and my favorite class is English.
Hi, my name is Lisa Lee Jr. I'm in 8th grade, and my favorite class is social studies.
Thank you both. McKinley Technology High School.
My name is Martins. My favorite subject is AP Computer Science and AP Pre-Calculus. Oh, I'm in 11th grade.
Do we have another student at the high school level? No?
No, they had a track meet.
No worries. Thank you. Okay. School Without Walls High School.
Hi, my name's Millie Wright. I'm in 11th grade, and my favorite class is AP Seminar.
Hi, my name is Nina. I'm in 10th grade, and my favorite class is Humanities.
Thank you. Stuart Hobson Middle School.
Hi, my name is Lenora, and I'm in the 8th grade, and my favorite class is theater.
Hi, my name is Wyatt, and my favorite class is math, and I'm in the 6th grade.
Thank you. Sousa Middle School.
Hello, my name is Madison Curry. I'm in the 7th grade, and my two top favorite classes has to be art and music.
Hello, my name is Jaylani. I'm in 7th grade as well. My favorite class is life science.
Thank you. Walker Jones Education Campus.
Hi, my name is Lyric Brown. I'm in 8th grade, and I don't have a favorite class, but I like all my classes equally.
Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm in the 7th grade, and my favorite class is social studies.
Thank you. Wheatley Education Campus.
Hi, my name is Jaden Williams, and I'm in the seventh grade, and my favorite class is ELA.
My name is Danae Fleming, and I'm in seventh grade, and my favorite class is math.
Thank you both. Is there anyone who did not get to introduce themselves before we move on? Anyone that just joined or didn't hear their name the first time?
Yes, Kramer Middle School.
Kramer Middle School. Okay, great.
My name is Mariah Alexander. I'm in the seventh grade, and my favorite subject is science.
Thank you. Anyone else from Kramer Middle School?
No.
Okay. Any other students who have not introduced themselves yet? Oh, I'm seeing someone, one student who I know was on their way. Zaire, or no, maybe you already introduced yourself. I just want to make sure not to forget anyone.
I could answer for him though, because I know him.
Okay.
His name Daryl, and he in the 12th grade, and his favorite class, I think history or reading, something like that. English.
Okay, we'll make sure to prompt him when it's his turn to
Okay.
share his thoughts. So we appreciate that. We love our students showing up for each other. Thank you so much. I know Sophie had a chance to introduce herself. We have Amara Jordan on our call who helped to organize everything, and a new member of our team, Tiara Patterson, who's joined us, which we're really excited to have. Let's pass it back over to the Chancellor.
Thank you, Deputy T. Brown. It's good to be back with the group. I love that so many people have math as their favorite subject. I also heard science in there, so it's good to hear the diversity and what you enjoy in school. Again, I appreciate you sharing. I want to begin the next part of our session today, focus on some important areas. As we've engaged with the community of the past year, whether it's our strategic plan, a parent advisory board, student advisory board, for our students and families, we have been focused on increasing diversity of options for after school programs. One of the areas that people have really said is this is important, not just for elementary age students, but for middle school and potentially high school students as well. So if you participated in after school programming in DC public schools in your journey in DCPS, if you would put a little emoji in the chat, put a note in the chat so we can keep track of that. Would love to hear about your experiences if you want to write a little note as well. Next is career and technical education, also called CTE. This plays an important role in students being prepared for the future once they graduate from DCPS. They can receive training that prepares them for a job or a career, and then also for college if they're seeking to go to college. So if you're in a career academy or pathway, you're participating in CTE, if you also would drop us a note or emoji or put some information in the chat about your experience, we greatly appreciate it. And then we're focused on math. Like I said earlier, it's great to see how many of you enjoy math as your favorite subject. And we know that a part of math, what students have said is important to them is financial literacy, preparing them to prepare for life and college and career, knowing how to manage their own finances. So if you're currently taking a math class or if you're taking a financial literacy course and you enjoy math, you let us know again, put a note in the chat, emojis, we really appreciate it. I want you to know we're committed also to ensuring that your school environments are safe. We work with our partners across city, whether that's NPD, Metro, just to be sure that safety is paramount for you when you're at school, to and from school. Another important area I want to highlight is mental health. We are very much supporting your physical, but also your social emotional well-being as students, because we know when your mental health is well, you're able to do well in school. Another way that we're driving learning in DCPS is our strategic plan. I just want to highlight a couple elements of our strategic plan, which is called our capital commitment. It's a 5-year plan from 2023 to 2028, and it's grounded in our equity imperative to ensure that students furthest from opportunity will be reflected in our budget, so that we are thinking about the resources you need, the interventions you need, the targeted supports that are needed to eliminate barriers to academic and social success. I also want you to know we value our people. We think that your school staff, your teachers, your principals, everybody is so valuable, and also the partners in your community that support your school. So we'll continue to uplift our people for professional development, wellness, leadership pathways, so your school is the best for you. And then, like I said earlier, we want to continue to partner with the community. We have so many partners in our community, nonprofits, local businesses, other agencies, families who work with us. And we know we can't do this work alone. So having that type of support is so important. We've identified some priorities for you for students as we think about your performance. First, we want you to be succeeding academically. Like I said earlier, we're focused on math. We believe that this is important for students being prepared for what's next. And I heard some students say that they're in 8th grade and they're taking algebra. And it's our goal that we build a pathway to 8th grade algebra for more students, so that when they get to high school, they can take advanced math, financial literacy, and other data science courses. We also don't want to forget about reading. We want you to continue to be performing well and make gains in reading, the English language arts. And the other area that we're focused on is keeping you connected to your school. So we know that you're at your best when you feel connected to your school. It helps your well-being and your overall performance. And so we are doing that through after-school programs. We focus on middle school and our academies. In 6th grade, we also have cornerstone experiences. So we want you to be connected to your school, a place where you feel like you're loved, challenged, and prepared. And then ultimately, our last and final goal is that students are prepared for what's next. That's every transition in DCPS from pre-K to elementary, from 5th grade to middle school, and middle school on to high school. And so to drive our discussion today around how we can best support those goals that we have for you, we have some questions. There are 2 discussion questions that we're going to pose to you today. One is, which programs or resources would you like to prioritize for your school? So again, if it's after school, yeah, I'm really interested in math. We want to hear from you. And then we want to know, which programs or resources do you believe we should invest less in? And so these are things that you see around your school. You believe that resources are being put towards it, but it may not be as valuable as those things that you will list in the first question that you want us to prioritize. So what you want us to do more of? Question 1, the priorities. Question 2, what do you want us to invest less in? My colleagues today are going to help moderate the conversation. They're going to be calling on you students to answer questions, to give us your input and feedback. And we look forward to hearing from as many of you as possible. So at this time, I'm going to turn it back over to Deputy Chief Brown, who's going to get us started with your testimonies and our opportunity to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Farabee. Okay, so we've heard our charge and we're very much looking forward to hearing from you. We'll start again with our friends at River Terrace, and Elise, I'll ask you to come off mic so that you can support our student in sharing today.
All righty, we're here.
Dale, Catherine.
¿Me puedes repetir la pregunta?
La pregunta es, ¿qué actividades o programas hay en su escuela, en tu escuela, que piensas que deben de dar como más dinero o más prioridad en tu escuela? Como qué son las cosas que son más importantes, que merecen más dinero y más inversión.
Deporte
Ajá. ¿Algo más?
y irles paseo como free street.
¿Me puedes repetir el qué?
Ir como paseo a unos lugares.
Ajá. I would like for our school to invest more in sports and also on field trips, like being able to go to different places to learn there. Y la otra pregunta era como si hay cosas que tú ves que pues tienen mucha atención o mucho dinero, algo así, que dices que realmente no son tan importantes, que deben de recibir menos dinero o menos atención.
No sé, mire.
And I'm not sure what I would say about things that need less investment. Está
Thank
bien,
you
muchas
so much.
gracias.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. Let's head to our friends at Baloo Stay.
Oh, Lauren, I think we had another Sasha from River Terrace.
I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sasha.
So what I think River Terrace should do more often is mostly let the students like play different sports, like mostly outside and not like mostly inside, because all I see every single day, all the students are like going in the gym and like playing basketball, and I don't like, and for some reason I don't like playing basketball because that's not one of my favorite sports. So I just feel like the staff should that the staffs here at River Terrace should buy some like new sport balls, like for other students who don't want to play basketball, a different sport that they do like to play, like baseball or something like that, or like catch or something like that. Yeah. Yep. Huh? What's going on?
Thank you so much, Sasha. Is there anything that you think we should invest less in?
Like what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I kind of don't understand that really well.
Is there anything that you think is maybe not as important to you?
I don't think so.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Take care. Let's move on to our friends at Baloo.
Baloo Stay, basically.
You mean Baloo Stay or
Baloo Stay? Excuse me. Thank you.
I feel like when it comes to something like that, I feel like Baloo Stay should focus more on is students who are 17 and older, and start focusing more on students who are like 15 and 16. Younger students. No. Listen up. Younger students have less focus on like finishing school because they're still younger. While like students that are like 18 and older should have more focus on like more resources put towards them so they can finish school faster, because we 18, we got other stuff, we got other things to focus about and stuff like that. And when it comes to things I really don't, when it comes to things that I really don't care about or like have less focus on, I don't really think about nothing like that. I feel like Baloo Stay. Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Let's see. Friends at Bard.
Hi, my name is Jamie, and at Bard, I think we should invest in material things, also sports and mental health resources for students. And can you ask me the second question, please?
Sure. Is there anything that you think needs less of our attention? So if we're thinking of a pie of money and we only have a finite amount and we're putting stuff towards the things that you think are most important, where would we take money away from?
I don't have an answer for that question.
Thank you. Is there another student with you there too?
He stepped out. He's on his way back.
Okay. Can you alert us when they're back and we'll go on to the next school and then just put it in the chat and we can head up that way. We'll return back.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Benjamin Banneker.
Okay, so for the first question, can you hear me?
We can perfectly.
Okay, thank you. So for the first question, I think programs or resources should go, I think the resources or things we should prioritize should be programs or sports that will help us look good for our future. Being that I specifically am a high school senior, I would want money to go towards the things that I enjoy, but would also be beneficial for my later years in schooling. So clubs and sports and things that will promote you so you can receive scholarships or take skills or needed skills to go into college.
Thank you for sharing.
I would like to agree. I think we should prioritize. I think we should prioritize after school activities and also field trips because even though I'm a sophomore, I've only gone on one field trip in my experience in high school. And not only can like field trips be educational, but they can be very engaging for the students and make it more easier to learn for some people.
Thank you for sharing. Is there anything that either of you think we should invest less in?
I don't think so.
Friends at Brookland?
I think in school we should prioritize more like clubs and sports and materials. And programs y'all should invest less in. I don't think it's a program or resources that y'all should invest less in. Everything is like equally spread apart, paid for equally. Yeah.
Thank you. What about our friends at Capitol Hill Montessori?
Yes. Hey there. I think our school should prioritize more on after school extracurricular activities such as language related, academic related, or maybe like more sports because currently we have only basketball and track. And I believe maybe if we added more sports, like maybe soccer, football, something like that, then more like students would get an opportunity to play sports other than what we provide. And yeah, now you could listen to Zoe, my friend here.
So also to add more school supplies because most kids would like don't have enough like don't really want to buy the school supplies or they don't have the money to do it. So basically the teachers are going to take out money or basically teachers have to take out money from their like their personal bank account to pay for all the school supplies. Also, feminine products. Sometimes the feminine product canisters aren't usually filled. Fresh food, more fresh food because sometimes food can be seen better days. And then mental health help.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cardozo?
Sorry, one of our students had to step away because it's lunch and they were going to miss lunch, but the other one was mid-bite. Can you come right back to us?
Yes, we can. Let's go to check.
We think that no schools, no program should lose funding or be invested in less, but we think that certain programs that deal with college and career readiness and maybe like funding towards visiting schools that are out of state or even in state, they should get more funding.
Thank you. Mitch?
Yeah. Hi, this is Jay speaking. Resources that we would like to prioritize is laptops. Here at college, we have a laptop shortage where many classes are having to borrow like laptops from other classes, which can be inconvenient for not only the teachers but for students as well. And we need more CTE programs. We only have two programs at college, which is health and sciences and mass media, and it's only a limited capacity, and so that hinders students who actually want to be involved in those academies not to participate. But and also if we like have more diverse academies like trade or like engineering or like any things of that sort, it can prepare students for post-secondary like jobs or like career opportunities. Also, if we can incorporate like programs that have international travel, I know DCPS Global's Ed has that opportunity for students, but also that is like at a capacity as well. So if we have two or more programs surrounding like international travel, it can give students the opportunity to be culturally immersed in like those spaces. And yeah, that's it.
Another thing is the team building aspect, community, investing in more opportunities for students of all grade levels and even teachers to interact and come together and just do activities that like painting or things of volleyball, just activities that will bring us together as a community more and not more so the ninth with the 10th grade or the 10th grade with the 11th, just bringing everyone together more, you know?
Something else that I would like to add is more college and career readiness, because a lot of our students don't know exactly what they want to do after they graduate. So we want to bring more programs and stuff to have them like have a certain idea of what they want to do once they graduate, and also having financial literacy curriculums, because a lot of students, especially since we're not as funded, they don't know how to spend money or how to invest and stuff like that. So we would like to add that as a curriculum for our school.
Thank you.
Oh, and we don't have anything that we would not like to not invest in or invest in less.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Love that. Students from Deal.
Hello, I'm Ava Chambers representing Alsteel Middle School. I think DCPS should prioritize improving Wi-Fi infrastructure. I feel like at least once a day I hear the phrase, I have no internet in class. Even right before this meeting, I had that experience myself. And from other student suggestions from previous years, it seems like it's an ongoing problem throughout many schools. I believe that DCPS should improve internet infrastructure throughout all DC public schools. I think they should improve for three reasons. One, I feel like it disrupts learning procedures that teachers set with technology. When teachers have lessons planned using devices, it disrupts the classroom environment when they have to on the spot come up with a different lesson because students don't have adequate Wi-Fi. Two, I think it can put students behind. From personal experience, I know that the lack of Wi-Fi can affect grades. For example, I feel like if you have a permanent sub and all your work is online and the internet doesn't work, you can become behind with your schoolwork. And 3, it defeats the purpose of investment of computers for educational use. I applaud DCPS for their commitment to make sure that we take advantage of using computers for educational use. But really, I feel like when many schools continuously have issues with Wi-Fi, it defeats the purpose of investing in great technologies like Clever and other online learning platforms. In answering the second question, I believe that everything that DCPS is investing in is good. I don't think we need to invest in anything less.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Duke Ellington.
Hi, I'm going to share a program or a resource that I think that we should prioritize in, and then another one that we believe we should invest less in. And my classmate, she's going to share her too. So I believe that we need to invest in and focus more on teacher development and retention, because sometimes we experience teachers that are either not qualified to be in the position that they're in, or we see teachers who are overqualified and we believe they should be somewhere else. Another thing about like the retention, unfortunately, like students, yes, we build relationships with these people that we've been with, every day, that we spend a lot of time with. And unfortunately, like when they leave us, it feels as though we've lost a mentor or somebody that has been guiding us throughout a very important time in our life, which is, high school. So it sucks when our retention rate for teachers are super low. And another thing we feel like we can invest less in is more like paper tests, like such as AP tests. I think that the SAT is fully digital. I believe that we like switch over to being fully digital with the AP exam. It can save us lots of money given that the AP exam is either paper or online. Because last year I took an paper AP test and I feel like we can just do online. And then I'm going to pass it to my classmate.
I would like to agree with what the representative from Deal said. The overall internet infrastructure at the school, and I know all around DC, it's pretty bad. And we also, the amount of devices that we have is simply not enough to compensate with the amount of students we have. And of course, it's easier said than done, but it would make a huge difference in the way that we learn and the efficiency within that. And also in terms of the security budget, I know our school specifically lost an officer this year, and we are a performing arts school, so we have lots of shows and events, and security is not able to work them because they're not able to be paid overtime. And it would be super helpful if we could have that. So yeah, just keeping that in mind.
Thank you. Dunbar.
Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Shauna Bowen, and I'm a sophomore/junior at Dunbar. And here are my 2 cents. For the first question, I said we need, firstly, more accessible mental health care insurance, because by increasing funding for mental health care insurance or partnerships with external providers, students can be insured to have timely and affordable health care support. This would address the gap that we suffer from in mental health resources and make care more affordable to all students, regardless of their insurance. Which reminds me of me, because back in December, I underwent the process of gaining a therapist. However, I was recently denied mental health care because I had private insurance and not free or government insurance. Once the program provided through Dunbar was figured this out, I was denied and told to find a different source to support me outside of DCPS. And then a second prioritization I would prefer would be a stronger security force. And I would recommend that we invest into more secure personnel and measurements, such as more school resource officers or safety protocols to ensure a safe learning environment for students and staff. This will help address concerns regarding school safety, especially in larger schools like Dunbar. For example, a situation occurred recently where there was an unknown person who had entered the building through a back port. However, security is also lacking at the rear part of the building, so we didn't really know until it was really too late. And to answer the second question, I said 2 resources Dunbar needs to invest into less would be overinvestment in big profit programs like football, baseball, basketball. We need to cut back on spending for large-scale competitive sports programs that require extensive funding for travel and equipment, and instead focus on equitable distribution of resources across all sports programs, especially those with lower participation or funding. My question is, why are we investing into programs that generate enough revenue to support themselves with half the amount of money they currently are producing? For example, some underfunded programs at Dunbar specifically, and the results, the baseball team, they recently had to walk and take the Metro to their own baseball championship because we couldn't afford the buses. The math club, they had to take the Metro to go to Google headquarters for their competition. Bowling, we recently had to cancel multiple practices because of the fact that we either couldn't afford the buses, or when we did have the buses, we had to share it with our opponents. And this is across the globe, mind you. And then lastly, I also said underutilization of technology and software programs. We should reduce the funding for tech and software programs that are underutilized or ineffective, and instead allocate more resources towards enhancing the overall internet infrastructure of the school to ensure reliable access for all administrative and educational purposes. For example, the blackout DC and I believe a couple other areas experienced a few weeks back, although Dunbar wasn't the only people to experience and be affected by this. However, when I communicated the issue to Patrick Ashley, the Deputy Chancellor of Finance and Operations, he also was confused at the fact that we were still one of the only schools left to still be suffering its effects almost weeks after, or even to a month. So that's my stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. Eastern.
Hear me? Can you all hear me?
We can perfectly.
All right. So one thing that I wanted to discuss in terms of I'll start with divesting funds from is the security. Now we do understand that we live in unprecedented times. There are a lot of violent things occurring at school, and we have a need for security. But on the other hand, this also breeds a lot of tension between students and authority figures because the rules aren't really tailored to the student population, and they often seem to like vilify whatever the kids are doing rather than considering that this might be something cultural, or this might be something that is, just special to them, a part of their self-expression. In addition to that, I would say there's a lot of, we need to divest from sports. And I know that kind of sounds a little haterish, but sports, a lot of the sports programs are receiving a lot of funding, whether that be from external places outside of DCPS and inside DCPS, while there are arts programs such as the band and choir that aren't receiving that same sort of attention. And also, and another thing that I did want to talk about, like investing more in, is like a lot of the fellow students in here mentioned career readiness, and like just allowing teaching kids the skills that they need in order to go into the workforce and pursue any type of field of work following college or school, because a lot of kids don't come into high school, unfortunately, equipped with those things already, which they should have been a little familiar with. They're not equipped with them as well as they should be. And I believe that if investing in that will just settle the score, that would make it very even. But like, I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say. Thank you for having me.
Well, you said a lot, and we really appreciate it. Thank you. Is there another colleague from Eastern?
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We can. We'll let your partner here turn off. If you're all in the same room, make sure one of you is muted, and then
All right. Okay.
run into that problem all the time.
Okay. I think the resources and or programs that we should
Is there anyone else in the space with you that has their volume on?
Yeah.
So we'll make sure everyone except for you. That way we can make sure we hear you perfectly.
All right. So I think that the programs and or resources we should prioritize is supporting students and teachers uh, with technological needs such as computers, computer chargers, and or Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi can sometimes tend to be really hectic, especially on some floors where it could be good at a point of time and it could be worse. And that affects the workload because it will take sometimes 30 to 15 minutes to load up a document. And no one really has time for that. Anyway, the second one that I have here is I would want to prioritize prioritize more hands-on learning experiences such as field trips, lab equipment, and books. Such as we have learning in the school space, we also have learning outside of the school space. As I prefer both, I believe that a lot of people would most likely prefer the hands-on version or the place or like where we can go and see visually with our eyes, like museums or uh, I don't know how else to explain it, but I think you get the gist. Um, Clubs that aren't mainstream sports. As as much as we as a country, we all love football, basketball, our famous and infamous sports. I would say that we should also uh, take time and for us to also uh, so we could also see, is that the right word? Uh, so we could also see and validate people from other clubs. As for I am in the archery club at Eastern, and sometimes our arrows break. And it happens a lot more often to where we don't get to have practices, or we end up using rivalry arrows or arrows from other schools that we are competitioning against. Um, Resources that I believe that we should invest less in uh, is bigger mainstream sports such as football. Although that is a really hot button issue for most people, I'm not saying that we should defund the whole entire uh, situation of football and or basketball and or bigger sports such as that. I'm saying that we should be able to make time for other sports that don't have that much of an altitude where they could also succeed and also be seen as valid and not as less than or less as important than the football and or basketball teams. And I think that is all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. We really appreciate your feedback. Our friend from Cardozo is here. So we will pass back to them and then we'll go to Excel.
Well, I think the extracurricular activities are playing an important role in the development of our skills and opportunities at the school, and we should need more resources for that because it plays like a development. Oh, I repeat that. So lo puedo decir en español. Okay. So um. hmm?
He's asking for the translator because he's having trouble with saying it in English. So can he, if he says it in Spanish, can the translator translate for him?
she just left the call, but we're gonna try and call her back in so she can do that, okay?
Okay, perfect. Well,
Thanks.
then we'll start with our other student then.
Sounds good.
I feel like if we're learning like new things, like in history or English, I feel like we should like prioritize like field trips for them. So like we could, see like what's inside the classroom in like real life outside of school. I feel like that'd be like really cool. Um, Recently in my English class, I was reading a book about Hamlet, and
Are you still with us?
oh, also I would like to see the play Hamlet because um the book is really good and the movie's really good. But I like to see the play so I can like see like how the book, movie, and play is different.
Thank you. Well, so while we're working on getting our interpreter back, we'll move on to the next school and then
Elise is
we'll.
ready.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh,
Speaking as the
wonderful.
interpreter, I'm right here. Sorry
Hi,
about
Elise.
that.
No, thank you. Okay, Ariel, is that right?
Ariel, ¿usted quiere compartir?
Sí.
Perfecto, dale.
So, bueno, quería compartir como como los programas extracurriculares son necesarios o más importantes, ya que pueden ayudar al desarrollo de nuestras habilidades y de nuestras experiencias como estudiantes y en cierto punto nos ayudan también a la socialización en la escuela porque compartimos diferentes habilidades y artes o un tema del cual podemos hablar con los diferentes estudiantes y es como que es algo que no se puede hablar en clase.
¿Puede
Entonces,
pausar ahí, por favor?
okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about the importance of extracurricular activities that give us, just additional experiences. It helps us develop our skills in ways that we don't normally develop our skills during class, and is also helpful for like just socialization. When we're doing extracurricular activities, we're involved in, maybe like art things or just different things than we normally do during the day, and that helps us to also develop our skills to, even just like talk about different subject matters than what we normally do during the school day, which can also help with our social skills and interacting with others. Dale, Ariel, gracias.
Creo que solamente.
Ok, también quería decir como algo que merece menos inversión o no.
Sí, solamente eso.
Okay, and yeah, just that.
Thank you so much. Let's go to our friends at Excel Academy.
Hi, my name is Aiden, and I feel like the representatives before us already talked enough about the technology and the Wi-Fi and stuff. So I just want to talk about upgrading the school environment, like the bathrooms, the furniture, heating and plumbing, all that stuff, because sometimes the bathrooms get like messed up. Like the sink could be broken, the toilet could be broken, and there's just not enough funding to fix it. So we're without a sink, we're without a toilet, we're without paper towels and stuff like that. And then with the air quality, like it's just not good. And furniture, sometimes the chairs, like they're squeaky, they're broken, the tables are leaning, and it's kind of hard to work when your chair is broken and your table is wobbling. And then with heating and plumbing, sometimes the radiator, it's either too cold or too hot, uncomfortable environment, and that's not, you can't work if you're not comfortable, because then you're just thinking, oh, it's so hot in here, it's too cold. And then for after school programs, I think there could be tutoring and more field trips. I mean, not more field trips, like tutoring and stuff. and more funding for other programs like dance and drumline and step and stuff because they don't get as much funding as cheer would.
Hi, a program or resource I would like to prioritize for my school is hiring more teachers. I just feel we need more teachers so we can provide more elective classes for the students that we can choose from and to also help reduce the class size.
Thank you. Let's go to our friends at Hardy.
Hi. So we were thinking that we would like to have more hands-on activities for math and CTE and as well as science because those are really useful for like giving hands-on activities are really useful for you to be like understand face to face of how about how things work. And also, we would like more security with our like machines and faster ways of getting into the building because when you have faster ways of getting into the building, it's easier to get into homeroom on time, which helps you get your computer on time, which you might need for first period and so on and so forth. So that would be very helpful. I know that the security machines are probably quite expensive, so, or maybe a few more entrances or a few more ways to get into the building so people can disperse and go through different entrances. Another thing we were talking about was more physical resources that are easier to take home because some people don't have the option of having a computer at home or having internet, or there's thousands of things that you couldn't have but you could have with a physical resource rather than digital. And on that note, um, we think that we should have less computer programs because those all take a lot of money, and we think that like because we have iReady, pair assessment, map testing, so on and so forth, they should all become closer together.
Hello, my name is Amal. I think on that note, we should have more field trips so we have more hands-on experience, like experiencing things in like the outside world than staying in classrooms that they do teach you things, but it doesn't give you as much experience as you can have if you were outside actually exploring and learning for yourself how things work or how you can like do things. And like Elliot said, more physical resources for like art materials or books for ELA. Also, athletic transportation. A lot of our athletic programs don't have transportation to get to their games or other things that they need to go to. Also, more instruments for music and music programs, so we're able to use the instruments to actually do the work. Like in our classes, we have to like buy instruments or pay for instruments ourselves because we don't have the instruments that we need. So from the school, so we have to actually pay for the instruments ourselves. Um, yeah, so we have to actually pay for the instruments ourselves. So if we had instruments for the school, it'll be easier for the school and for families who might not be able to pay for instruments. So if we had more instruments, that would be a big help. And like Elliot was also saying, less computer programs, because if we had less computer programs, we're able to merge these different programs together. So we have more money to spend on all these other things like athletic programs, security, hands-on experience, field trips, all these other things we were talking about. Less computer programs will be able to contribute to that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Great. Okay, now we will hear from our friends at Heart.
Hello, everyone. So Mia and my partner has discussed that some programs we should prioritize are more college programs. This is because college programs offer more skills and so college programs offer more skills and contributions for outside of school, and it also teaches us how to be more responsible or also more active outside of the general school environment. It teaches us to get out of the mindset of always being a scholar and always fend for ourselves. So including more programs like that can further mature students, so we are not stuck in a very mature mindset. And I feel like resources that allows probably like a more childish mindset are probably, or like not even resources but more programs are field trips, because they don't really hinder the idea of like field trips. They're outside of school, and so they don't really allow kids to grasp the concepts that we are initially learning as of right now, but it's more of a distraction or a fun thing that we can do instead of being more mature and learning that we don't always need those fun things, but to just do what we need to do and grow at the things that we need to do.
Number two.
Your turn. Yes.
And another program that we could prioritize would be like clubs, or more specifically like after school activities that have more to do with actual life lessons that we can learn in the real world, so we are more prepared for when we get to higher stages of learning and for when we're on our own in the world. And for programs that we should invest less in, we were thinking more like we were thinking that we should invest less in activities that have to do with um, activities that have to do with like incentives, like my partner was saying, because not everything has to be all fun. Most of the time, like school was made for you to learn, so we should need incentives for almost everything that we do.
Yeah. Thank you for having your time.
Thank you for your time. We really appreciate that. Our friends from Wells, are you all here?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think DCPS should put more funding toward buses and transportation for field trip, because field trips are such an important a part of learning outside the classroom, because it teaches hands-on learning, and outside of computer work is beneficial. And I also think that we bring better school we bring better school lunch options, because it might not meet people expectation, or it might not be healthier for people. Children. Okay.
I think DCPS should work on creating more spaces for sport and extracurricular programs, because at our school we have to share with Coolidge, which sometimes leads to programs being canceled due to lack of space. And I think DCPS should also improve the food choices and the quality, because sometimes kids in our school is just like, oh, I don't want to eat lunch because it's not very good. So I think DCPS should consider this change. Yeah.
Ready? Thank you both. How about our friends at Jackson Reed?
All right, so wait, can y'all see me?
We can
All right.
see and hear you.
Okay, cool. So what we feel like our DCPS should invest in with our school is one, the athletics department, specifically like when it comes to like uniform and clothes. Because oftentimes like most sports teams have to like fundraise to just get basic uniforms and clothes for the new season. And unless you're like a parent or you're close with the team, not many people chip in. So oftentimes teams will have to reuse the same uniform from like years past and stuff like that. And outside of like basketball and football, which are the sporting events that you have to pay to get into, like most of the sporting events here are free, so it's not enough funding in terms of that either. And also, we feel like the locker rooms and the weight rooms need like to be renovated because they have an outdated look and it's like a lot of outdated equipment in the weight rooms and in the locker rooms. Most of the lockers are damaged or destroyed, and because of that, it's no like real locks on the lockers, which makes theft really easy for people to just steal other people's belongings and stuff like that. And also with the ceilings in the locker room, most they're like made out of like white tile, and some of them tile is like missing. You see wires hanging and stuff like that. And within the locker room and weight rooms, it's like HVAC systems. So regardless of the season, it's usually pretty hot in the room. So that too. And also, we feel like for two, the school, like it needs to be a change in the curriculum because oftentimes, like for example, in English, we're still reading books that have been read for like years, like the past 5+ years. And I feel like most kids are getting tired of that because they feel like the books that we read don't relate to like their day-to-day lives. So just something refreshing or something new. And then my last point is with the bathrooms. The bathrooms aren't really sanitary because usually it's either not a lot of soap or like the faucets and stuff are broken or they only like turn out cold water. So just fixing those too.
For the first questions, I will say that I would like to have more ESOL services, like bilingual staff members in school or people who will be able to help families when there's events inside school. And I would also like to have more trade and certificate programs for students who don't want to go to college and they can get a job after that using those certificates. And then things like the metal detectors in our school, since we're a large school here, we have only two lines working and it gets crowded every morning. We're late to class and that it just we get called like they mark us tardy and then there's teachers talking to us telling us like you're late, but it's because of the metal detectors. Thank you.
Thank you both. I really appreciate it. Let's move on to our friends at Jefferson Academy.
Something I think that we should prioritize at my school is before care because there are multiple students who get off public transportation and get here early in the morning and have nowhere to go. Another thing that we could prioritize is transportation. That includes field trips since Jefferson is a college preparatory school. We have visited majority of the colleges in DC, and I think that we should have better transportation so we can expand what we're trying to see, including small colleges or even going to trade programs. Another thing that we could improve is like I mean, ooh, least investments in like high state testing because the overall students get really stressed during the state testing. And I think we can invest in better preparation or like comforting when you're starting the test. And even though Jefferson's building is fairly new, better heating and the number of mental health staff.
Thank you. John Francis.
Hello, my name is Maya. One thing I think that students, or two things actually, our school values global citizenship and students want to indulge in travel. But in doing so, we need more financial support. We want to get out of DC and learn about other communities, even like domestic or international. Um, our school wants more opportunities in expressing students' artistic talents. We would like to use this money to open theater programs. We also need more art supplies and money to create like props and costumes for the theater. Our school has like shows for like Black History Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, and talent shows and etc. So we would like to have money to support those.
For the first question, programs and resources.
I think we should prioritize for John Francis Educational Campus are athletics. Students at John Francis Educational Campus should be able to play the sport they love, and sometimes they don't have the chance to do so. Sports like swimming, golfing, and lacrosse, and other amazing sports that sadly we cannot offer, but we could with the help of finance and budget.
For the second question, we don't think anything should be taken away from students. Students prioritize different values and different things that they enjoy at our school. So taking those away will also take away from things that other students like.
Thank you for that perspective, for those perspectives. We really appreciate it. Let's go to our friend at Kramer.
So, good afternoon. My name is Stephen Cook from Curry Middle School. And for the first question, one thing I have to say is we were promised $50,000 for the past 2 years to receive material supplies to fund our CTE programs like podcasting tools, coding software, market spaces, etc. And to date, we have not received any supplies, although we submitted the list. For our second question, we need a working intercom and build system. Some has to come and to let us know when to change classes. So this is my personal opinion. For the second question, I know this may seem kind of wrong, but I feel like one thing that may need to be cut is the software from students, because the way some students abuse their software can get it taken from away from all students. And I know that I use my software for certain things, especially when I'm not here at school. So I don't want to come back to school one day and then they be like, your software is taken away completely. And then to go back to the first question, one thing we really can't afford to cut anything because our budget was deeply cut. We cannot afford to cut anything, especially with the way how Kramer's budget works. That's why we're still asking for $50,000. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Okay, our friends at Luke Seymour.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Shannon. My main focus for the school, where I want to prioritize for the school is, I would say, like more resources for the school as far as like academics. I feel like we need a peace room, meaning like a room full of comfort, like where it has like comfort chairs, where like you could sit like on the floor, like mats and stuff, like you want to cool down. I feel like we should like really have like a cool down room where you could sit and think, because there's a lot of people in the school who have like mental issues, and the school don't do nothing about it but sit and blame them and say they this. And then I'm like, at the end of the day, this is an alternative school. It's a lot of kids who go through things where they need help at. Like some people don't have insurance to get a therapist or something like that. So I feel like that should be provided in the schools too. I would say also, the cap with like the food. I feel like people say Michelle Obama, like she changed the food around and so, but I just feel like it's bad now. Like it's getting worse. I come from a Maryland school. I'm not from DC, but I ended up getting transferred here. But then the difference from Maryland food is we actually had like orange juice, apple juice, and milk. In DC, we only get milk. What if you don't drink milk? It's nothing else to drink. They don't provide.
For allergic.
Or allergic. Like some people allergic to milk, they can't drink it. So what else they could drink? And then the faucet water is bad too. It's hot. And they end up giving us a purified water fountain, but but the purified water they end up building in it's bad now. Like over time, it got bad. Like it's warm, it's not cold. It's just bad. I don't like the taste of it anymore. Which programs or resources do you believe should invest? I would say, oh, I forgot more. I feel like the internet, the computers, like it's a big issue. Like our computer, like the internet, it would just shut out. Like if I'm doing my work, it would shut out. What if I didn't save my work and it just disappeared? Like that's a big thing. Like our computers normally don't work, and we mainly do our work on computers. I don't think it's anything else that we should like invest less in, but I feel like what we need more is that what I told y'all.
Thank you. You have another, is your other colleague, your other classmate
Yep, he right
in
here.
space with you? Okay, cool.
You.
Hello, my name is Derwin. So, what do I think we need to prioritize in our school is that some, it's how not fair, how teachers get to have a spinning machine and we can't, and we have to suffer 8 hours a day without something to snack on. Because sometimes you can't fully focus if you have nothing in your system. And then another thing, the hallways. It's always something going on in the hallways. And then staff. Some staff members just do a little too, I wouldn't say a little too much, more like they do a little too little. Because they don't really focus it or more around outside of school. They just worry about what's going on in the school. And so I think we should be concerned about that. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Let's see. MacArthur.
Right. As a student that participates in athletics at MacArthur, me and my peers would greatly appreciate if we would receive more funding for sports and clubs to not only build a strong community, but to also create a wider variety of diversity.
And another thing is here at MacArthur, we have the academy courses, the like college and careers. And so expanding that, being able to get more kids to do that, setting them up for the future, like kind of how we were talking about before. And then also like being able to see more of the world and like what that goes with. So being able to fund more with experience-based learning, right? Being able to go see colleges, going to like, I think we did one to like Virginia Tech, right? So stuff more like that, being able to go see, you know, what you can do in the future with your academy course. I think that's kind of what has been most popular and what we want to see.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go McKinley Middle.
Hi, Lisa. Oh, hi. Which a resource or like program I would prioritize is how our students advocate ourselves for like our mental health and how they speak up for how they're doing at home, because like not many students can say how they're feeling and might bring these issues to school, making it an unsafe learning environment.
I think that we should prioritize like our sports programs, and I feel like they should keep the budget that they have because for some students, their like sports programs and the people that they do it with are like they get away from everything, like it calms them. And I also feel like we should focus on like the keeping up of our buildings and making sure that they're like up to date, like redone, like no paint peeling, the walls nice, good equipment for the gym and stuff like that.
Uh,
Great job. McKinley High.
all right, so yeah, I agree with the whole sports thing to an extent. Personally, I don't feel like this second question is kind of too appropriate for one specific reason because there's multiple different groups, and I think it's kind of inconsiderate. Uh, inconsiderate to other groups. So obviously the sports team are going to feel like sports need more funding. Maybe some less like known sports such as like math club might also need more funding. Like literally for our math competition again at Google, we literally had to either take the train, walk, or we literally drove one of our seniors' cars. Like literally, like we didn't really have much mode of transportation. But I also feel like it should bring awareness and actually students should take accountability because a lot of students also aren't respectful with the resources and materials that we're given, even if we're actually given money. So like to back off on that, again, like she said, with the school is due for renovation. Like tech is ancient, and I mean ancient. So I feel like a renovation is past due. And I understand that money isn't unlimited. We can't beat around the bush. You guys don't have unlimited money to give out. So props to y'all. But I feel like just asking like some like little small group from time to time might not be the best idea. However, it is like kind of a way or a plan to like actually get some answers out.
Thank you. McFarland?
So some programs or resources, wait,
That we prioritize.
that we prioritize here, we definitely prioritize the basketball and the soccer team, DC, what is it?
DCIAA.
Yeah, DCIAA and DC scores and things like that. We also definitely prioritize the math team. We have very good calculators, like the expensive calculators. We have math books. We have textbooks for math. I also feel that we prioritize ELA as well. We have tons and tons of books. We do reuse our books here, but we do have a lot of books here. Also, science. I feel like science is really prioritized. We do labs. We do, yeah, things of that nature. Some programs that I feel like we should invest more in a little bit would be like, it's not necessarily a program, but like more so in like our staff, because we lose like staff all the time. Like we lose art teachers that we're here with, and I can't remember what school it was, but I know one school said how like the retention, I think it was Duke Ellington, like the retention, like you grow close to these teachers and they become mentors and they help you and prepare us for like the next step in high school. So when they leave us because of budgeting or, yeah, budget cuts, it kind of like, it kind of sucks. And it might even make certain people like fall out of interest with that certain class or that certain path that they were going to take.
How do you feel about the teachers?
Also, I feel like we should invest a little bit more into STEM because they do talk about STEM overall in the class, but we don't really do any hands-on work. And I feel like that would like help a lot of people, especially with the engineering part of it. And um also we do lose electives sometimes. Like in my sixth grade year, we had drama. We no longer have drama now. And a lot of people want to go to Duke Ellington, and drama is like a big elective that can give you like a recommendation letter, and we no longer have that. Or like even I feel like we should be able to do like some sort of survey to see if we want to add an elective to our classes or our school, to like so that everybody can feel like they have a certain class to look forward to every day. Um, our ventilation at school isn't the best. We do have sewage issues from time to time. Like it smells really, really badly, or we have like rodent problems, and there'll be like dead rats in the vents. And it's like our teachers can't do anything, but it's just blowing like hot, dead house air. And it's not very pleasant. It's pretty distracting. However, in the summertime or in like the early beginning of the school year time, they did add air conditioners to our classrooms. This was helpful, and it like kind of, yeah, gave you a second to cool down. During the winter time, they do add the heat, I feel like a bit late. Like our heat doesn't get turned on until I believe like after winter break, and it's like it's already snowed and stuff. So it's very cold. That's another thing that's distracting. So I feel like a big part should be like just making sure that the budget goes to things that would make school like make the environment the most like the best it can be so that we can be the best students we can be. Also, sports and after school, basketball and soccer are kind of the only sports talked about. We don't really have volleyball. We don't have a dance team. We don't have anything else. Swim, Roosevelt is across the street or across the parking lot, and they have a pool there, but we don't have a swim team. And it's kind of hard to pick up a sport here because for the most part we don't have coaches. Our regular teachers will just like if they have certain kids that come to them and ask them to, they'll pick it up. But even that, like cheer,
our science teacher did have to provide the cheer uniforms, and the girls had to provide their own cheer shoes. So I feel like budgets that would go into like sports so that everybody can feel like they can participate into something. After school, we do have tutoring with certain teachers that stay back during the day. But for the most part, we don't really have that many after school curriculars. We do have a debate team that I started this year, and we have, yeah, soccer, basketball. Some days we have open gym. It just really depends on, like we need staff to make these things happen. There has to be somebody here to watch us while we do these things. There has to be somebody here to lead us while we do these things. And that really all stems from the budget. Um, our art classes, another thing that goes into the Duke Ellington. So we lost drama, so you would most likely want something like art or music. And our art teacher, we lost our art teacher last year. We only have one art class this year. Our art supplies aren't the best. We kind of have broken up crayons. Like, I feel like art is not really prioritized as like the other electives might be, like gym or like what else electives do we have? Or like Arabic and things of that nature. History is good. We don't really have that many textbooks. Our history teachers do have to type up a lot of stuff, which wastes a lot of paper. And our technology, like history, kind of goes on the back end because we only take map for history 3 times a year. So they don't prioritize history to have technology. So I feel like advancing our technology and how many computers we have will also help. We have amazing IT people. I do appreciate that. Our IT people will come in if the smart boards aren't working or if the computers aren't functioning. But for the most part, we kind of have to like fend for ourselves when it comes to technology. And I see it's a school-wide thing or a district-wide thing about the Wi-Fi. It's not the best. It can be disruptive during class. It can be, if we're doing standardized testing, it like will log you out of your tests, or like if you're doing Delta Math, you won't be able to finish a lesson. It's just very like, it doesn't help you advance in school. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Let's go to our friends at School Without Walls.
Hi, okay, so in terms of priorities, like a lot of people have mentioned after school programs, as someone who's a part of the theater program here at Walls, a lot of people are really interested in it and care a lot about it. And it can be really like disheartening and discouraging when the like performance that we've put a lot of our time into has to be performed essentially in our cafeteria because we don't have another space for it. And that is what happened for our fall play, what has happened in the years. And then for our spring musical, it happened at UDC Theater, it was really nice to have that at theater. But having to make that commute is something that's not unique just to theater. It happens for pretty much all the sports here at Walls. Another school mentioned having to share their facilities. And I know it's kind of unique to Walls because of the building we have, but not having an auditorium, any sort of theater, any sort of field, track, gym can be really difficult and just discourages a lot of people from those activities and limits them. I've honestly like never seriously considered doing a sport here because of the commute I would have to do. I already live far away and then having to commute to another school and pick things up and all that, it's really difficult. So I think that having a solution to that problem would encourage a lot more people to do sports and do these programs that they do care about. They just don't have the means to do. And I think that would set them up for success a lot later in life. So yeah, after school programs, definitely a big thing. I don't think there's really anything to invest less in. I think everything is really important and all the things people mentioned here today are important.
Hi, my name's Millie. As a junior at Walls, I definitely think that we would benefit for funding for after-school programs for students to prepare for future careers, college, and specifically standardized testing, as well as the SAT. One thing that I definitely see happening a lot at my school is there are some students who are able to reach out and invest and afford SAT tutoring outside of school hours. They have the time and they have the resources to do that. But for a majority of the students that I know at Walls and other DCBS schools as well, it's definitely difficult to access that resource, particularly because SAT tutoring and SAT support is so expensive. So something that would definitely be beneficial for students would be providing an opportunity for students to have that resource. If DCPS or our school had the funding to partner with an SAT prep program, so that students could take the steps on their own time after school hours to invest themselves in those resources, that would definitely be very beneficial, not only to our scores in general, but also mental health, knowing that we're taking those steps to get those scores that are important for us. And also just college preparedness in general. As a student and as a junior going into this year, I definitely feel like I never heard the word college before this year, and now it's all we talk about. And I'm learning how much I don't know and how much people around me don't know about college. So definitely learning about the different financial opportunities, scholarships, DC tag, all those different aspects, FAFSA, all of the different parts of applying to college financially in advance would definitely be helpful so that students can start to plan for the reality of how expensive college is, and how we're going to prepare in general. Something on a more day-to-day basis is definitely resources for individual teachers. A lot of the teachers that I know have had to take it on themselves to find the resources such as like hand sanitizer, paper towels, things like that for their classrooms. Sometimes even having to ask students to help like contribute or like know if there's a way that we could find resources like that, like hand sanitizer. So just definitely making sure that those safety resources are there. I can't really think of a program that we need to invest in less. However, if there was something that I feel we should do less of to shift to something else, it would be less forced community building, less trying to facilitate like icebreakers and things like that during the common time that we have, and instead shifting to more time for students to get to know each other and build that community on their own. So I guess prioritizing less programs for like facilitating conversation amongst students for the social aspect and instead shifting to just giving more time. Thank you.
Thank you both. Let's go to our friends at Stuart Hobson.
Okay, so I think we should prioritize in making more drinks on the menu because I agree with some other schools when they said not all people can drink milk, including myself, because like people can be allergic to milk. And I think we should also prioritize in making the bathrooms more cleaner because some of the sinks don't work, the dryers, more soap in the bathroom. People can't wash their hands. And yeah, so and I also think we should like invest less in like football and basketball. That's all I have to say.
I think that we should invest more in cleaning and soap in the bathrooms. And we, instead of having air dryers, we should have paper towels because the air dryers do not work. And I think we should prioritize on cleaning the hallways and stuff. And I think we should prioritize on cleaning the water fountains because they're not very clean and it's not very sanitary.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you both. Souza?
Hi, Madison Curry here at Souza, and in my opinion, I've noticed around my school, students aren't really motivated to attend the classes and actually learn. In my opinion, I think we should like have more budget for more extracurricular activities because I remember in last year we had band, we had dance, we had all that. But sadly, more teachers got cut because of budgets, and I lost band, which truly devastated me and some other students. And that's why they didn't attend Sousa anymore. I also think our library should like gain more books instead of the old-fashioned ones we have because a lot of different students have different likes and personalities and what they want to read. And also, I think computers should have more like free range because there has been a time in medical class where we were supposed to go on YouTube and watch a video explaining the circulatory system and its uses, but sadly it was blocked due to DCPS not allowing YouTube. Also, I remember in fifth grade, we would have Minecraft Education Edition. And in science class, we would hop on, join a world, and we would make helium and different acids using the chemicals in the period table. But sadly, we don't have Minecraft Education Edition on the computers anymore, which bummed out a lot of kids. And now classes are more considered boring, and we need classes, not that we want to go to them. So I think that should be changed. I also think the overall hygiene of the school should be fixed because one time the girls' bathroom was out for 2 months, maybe more, because it wasn't getting fixed or cleaned. So that annoyed some kids. So, yeah, that's it, honestly. I just want to work on the overall enthusiasm of the students learning at Sousa. You can go.
That is it.
Yeah, Jelani, you can say something.
Yes. We also need better materials such as pencils, papers, and more budgeting going to art. Thank you.
Thank you both. Walker Jones.
Hi, my name is Lyric. One problem I would like, which programs or resources that I would prioritize? Um, the phones is a really major issue because what if something happens and we don't have our phones? They're in a lockbox. And it's fine to not be able to use our phones while we're in a classroom, but can we at least keep the phones inside the classroom? I'd really appreciate that because if something happens, the teacher can't do everything by themselves. So we need to be able to have the ability to contact our parents as well. Security is another issue because security, I'm not going to say they're lied back, but they don't do their job very well. Kids have snuck in their phones countless times, which I know I'm saying that we should have our phones because we should, but just not on the daily while teaching. Um, computer cart computer cart issues. We need to update the computers and the carts because, like several students said, the Wi-Fi and the computers are an issue. And then another problem is there's certain time limits that you have to put in the computers. If you don't put the computer in at a certain time, it won't charge, and that's kind of crazy. I'm just saying me. Another problem is materials. There are countless students who have said, "Oh, I need a pencil," and the teacher replies with, "I don't have any pencils at the moment. You might have to go to another class and get pencils or any other materials that we need." Um, we need a perimeter watch, like outside of schools, because there are a lot of fights and instances that happen outside the school, which that's fine, but just it shouldn't be happening outside because there's a lot of instances where kids have really gotten hurt from the violence of the fight. More after school programs should also be another thing because I don't think kids shouldn't just be in the house all day not doing anything. And I'm one of those kids. Um, we should have like a track field. There's a lot of schools where they have huge fields, but they don't have anything in it, and it's used for car parking, which is kind of annoying because we can't go in the field because your car's there. Heating and cooling is a big problem because it's hot in the summer and cold in the winter, and that's annoying and it ruins people's focus. And we need more teachers because we don't even have a lot of schools, not even just our school, a lot of schools don't have music teachers. That's all I need to say.
Thank you so much. Do you have a classmate that's with you too?
She was here, but she's having lunch at the moment.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we will call up. Last we have Wheatley, and then I'll open it up just in case we missed anybody. So we'll go to Wheatley, and then I'll check and make sure if we missed anyone. And then our Deputy Chancellor is going to join us to share a little bit more about our budget timeline.
Okay, we did after school activity, sports, such as sports, art, and computer science because it opened up better better environment to other students. Oh, we don't got none for the second one. We don't have nothing for the second one.
Thank you both. Is there anyone on the call that I missed who
Oh.
hasn't had a chance? Oh, I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
I would say
Okay.
we can prioritize more in staff because I noticed that um I noticed that eighth grade doesn't take algebra, and that's a class that I guess that they should be taking because of they're not like they're because when they go apply to like high school and like I guess a high school or something, what if they're teaching something that they don't know because of their middle the middle school they're in because they didn't learn that, and that could maybe make them fall back on their work, and maybe field trips because now I noticed that now most students have to pay, and we mostly have to pay towards to like transportation and our lunches and stuff when we didn't have to do that because I guess of the school we're in. But now most of the time we have to pay for that type of stuff, and most of the times people can't afford it, and sometimes some kids feel left out. And I say like different stuff around the school, like one of our classes, like one of our classes was just we couldn't go in there because it was too cold for us to be in there, and we had to like be in the library with other classes, and I guess invade their environment, and we were like mostly pushed behind on our work, and we were going into our new term 3, and yeah, I want to say, for question number 2, I want to say like invest less in because I feel like as if we need more, and that would be like, most people say sports, but that would be basically taken from like people that like to do sports, and yeah, that people in other after school activities, and for like he said, for a better environment because most people see after school activities as like their safe place.
Thank you both. Okay, now is there anyone that I may have missed? It would be helpful if you could raise your hand so that way we don't talk over each other. Okay, I think we might have covered everyone here. I just have to say before I pass it over how inspired I am by your confidence and bravery and also just very strengths-based perspectives that you offered. It's been really great to spend this time with you. I'm now going to introduce our Deputy Chancellor Patrick Ashley, who will share a little bit about our budget timeline, and then I'll close this out.
Thanks, Deputy Chief Brown. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Patrick Ashley. I serve as the Deputy Chancellor of Finance and Operations and have an overall oversight of the DCPS budget. And so I've really appreciated hearing your feedback today and appreciate all the insights that you provided. It's really helpful for us as we're thinking about our budget and where our resources go. As I know you know, we do have limited resources, and so this type of feedback is really important for us as we think about the future and what next school year will bring. So on the screen, you have a timeline, and you'll see there's a lot of the period in which that we're in is really about having engagement with the community, both the public, parents, community members, as well as making sure that we're hearing feedback directly from the students. In the near future, we will be able to release school budgets, and then the LSATs take that information and look at the amount of resources that they have, to be able to determine what next year looks like in terms of what their spending priorities are, how many teachers they can hire. And so that period takes us through about March. So we've got about 2 months coming up ahead of us where we spend time talking through those budgets and making deliberations about what those budgets mean. And then in late March and early April, every year, the mayor takes all that information, packages it together, and then submits it to the DC Council. As part of that process, the DC Council then takes a look at the budget. They make changes based on, what the feedback that they're hearing from their constituents. And then an overall budget is finalized, and then that's submitted to Congress for their approval. And then we start to implement that budget in the next fiscal year, which for us begins in October of 2025. And so this is a long process, and there's a lot of opportunities for us to get input and to consider the choices that we're making to make sure that we have a well-run school system, and you all have access to the opportunities that are so important to you. So I appreciate the engagement today and look forward to seeing you all in some of your school buildings soon. So back to you, Deputy Chief Brown.
Thank you very much. Students again and school leaders, we just are so appreciative of your time today. It's been so wonderful to hear from you. I know there's a couple folks in the chat who had asked where this video will be, and so Amara will be sending out the link so that you can find this on our DCPS YouTube. Oh, I see a hand raised from Czech.
We had a question about the budget. We were curious. Sorry, I have like a list of stuff, but we were curious, like with the Department of Education potentially being eliminated, how is that going to impact the DCPS budget going forward?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'll take that, Lauren. I think there's a lot of unknowns in terms of exactly what the federal government will do, and so I think it's really early for us to be able to answer that question. The federal government provides a little over about $100 million in funding to our agency through OSSI, and then we've got some additional funding as well that comes directly through the federal government. And so it's something we're paying attention to. And as we look at budget formulation for next year, it's something that we'll have our eye on. So thank you for that question.
Thank you.
No, thank you. All righty, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your class time.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Thank you all for the opportunity.
Thank
Bye,
you. Have a good
everyone.
one.
Have a great week.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you sharing.